Hello students, welcome to Me to Maths classes. The students who are preparing for their CBSE exams of class 12, today I am going to solve a sample paper for you. First of all, please download the question paper from the description of this video. So let's take the first question. Your question is, show that f is a function from r to r defined as fx is equals to sin x is neither 1 nor on 2. अगर आपको एक फंक्शन को ये दिखाना है कि ये 1 नहीं है, 1 की डेफिनेशन क्या कहती है कि एट एवरी पॉइंट देयर इज अ डिस्टिंक्ट इमेज ऑफ दिस फंक्शन इन इट्स कोडोमेन. तो अगर आपको इसको ये दिखाना है कि दिस फंक्शन इज नॉट 1, दैट मीन्स यू हैव टू क्रिएट एन एग्जाम्पल कि जहाँ दो पर्टिकुलर पॉइंट्स पर, डोमेन के दो पर्टिकुलर पॉइंट्स पर इमेज सेम जा रही है. आपको पता है sin x इज एन पीरियोडिक फंक्शन, तो sin x की दो पॉइंट्स पर इमेजेस सेम हो सकती हैं. सो द सॉल्यूशन ऑफ दिस इज, लेट अस टेक f of pi by 6, that is sin of pi by 6, and sin of pi by 6 will take sin 30 is 1 by 2. Also let us take f of 5 pi by 6. Second quadrant में भी f of 5 pi by 6 is sin 5 pi by 6 and that is again half. So we have created 2 points. Since pi by 6 is not equals to 5 pi by 6, but their images at these 2 points are equal. That implies f is not 1. Now to show that your function is not on 2, आप क्या करेंगे, आपको ये दिखाना है कि कोडोमेन में कोई एक पॉइंट ऐसा एग्जिस्ट करता है जिसकी कोई प्री इमेज नहीं है. एंड यू नो दैट sin x की वैल्यूज will lie in between -1 to 1. So let us take any point other than -1 to between -1 to 1. Let us take y as 2 in which belongs to the codomain. Now there does not exist any x belongs to our domain such that f of x is equals to 2. तो आपका sin x कभी भी 2 नहीं होता है. सो देयर डज नॉट एग्जिस्ट, आपको कोई एक भी प्री इमेज नहीं मिली, 2 की कोई भी प्री इमेज नहीं मिली है. दैट इम्प्लाइज योर f इज नॉट ऑन 2. Your second question is, let T be the set of triangles in a plane and a relation R and T is given by. एक relation कैसे defined है, to the set of triangles to set of triangles, and the two triangles are related if they are similar, and you are given that this is an equivalence relation. Now you are given 3 triangles. One T1 is with sides 3, 4, 5. Your T2 triangle with sides 6, 8 and 10, and the third triangle T3 is with sides 5, 12 and 13. Now you have to find out that which triangle out of T1, T2 and T3 are related. तो आपको पता है कि कोई भी triangles इस relation के अंदर तब related होंगे when they are similar, and for the similar triangles the sides must be proportionate. तो आप क्या करेंगे, आप यहाँ कितने कॉम्बिनेशंस बन सकते हैं, T1 और T2 का कॉम्बिनेशन बन सकता है. तो T1 T2, T1 T3 एंड T2 T3, इन तीनों कॉम्बिनेशंस में आप चेक करेंगे कि वेदर दे आर सिमिलर और नॉट. T1 एंड T2 के लिए जब आप साइड्स देखते हैं, देन 3/6 इज इक्वल्स टू 4/8 इज इक्वल्स टू 5/10. तीनों का रेशियो 1/2 1/2 आ रहा है. That means your T1 is similar to T2. That implies T1 and T2 are related. So this belongs to this relation. Now check T1 and T3. T1 और T3 की साइड्स का अगर हम रेशो देखते हैं, then 3/5 and 4/12 are not equal, and 5/13 they are not equal, so they are not related. T1, T3 does not belongs to R. Similarly for T2 and T3, let us take this ratio of the sides. 6/5 is not equals to 8/12, is not equals to 10/13. That implies T2 and T3 are also not related. So your only T1 is related to T2. Second question का optional part क्या कहता है आपको? A relation S is in the set of real numbers R is defined as x is related to y. आपका x और y तब related है when x minus y plus √3 is an irrational number. Is this relation symmetric? आपका एक relation symmetric कब होता है? When if x is related to y, then y must be related to x. तो अगर आप मान के चलते हैं कि x रिलेटेड टू y है, तो आपका ये एक इरेशनल नंबर है, बट ये ज़रूरी नहीं है कि अगर y विल ऑल्सो रिलेट टू x, क्योंकि आप x माइनस 1 की कोई एक परफेक्ट डेफिनेशन नहीं दे सकते हैं. अगर x माइनस y में आपका एक रैशनल नंबर बन रहा है, इफ़ y इज़ √3, इफ़ यू टेक y एज √3, then y will cancel out and take x as a rational number, then the answer will be a rational number. And if you take x as √3 and y as a rational number, then it will be an irrational number. So this is not true. So we have to create a counter example to counter our statement that your relation is not symmetric. So let us create the example. Take 2 and √3 belongs to the set of real numbers such that you have to create an irrational number such that √3 is related to 2, because √3 minus 2 plus √3, and this will be 2√3 minus 2, and which is an irrational number. So this belongs to this √3 2 will belongs to this relation, but now try 2 and √3. 2 and √3 के लिए आप क्या कह सकते हैं? 2 minus √3 plus √3 is equals to, √3 will cancel out 2, which is not an irrational number. अब क्योंकि ये एक irrational number नहीं है, इसलिए 2 that implies 2 √3 does not belongs to S. तो आपको सिमेट्रिक करने के लिए if 2 √3 belongs to S, so if 3 and 2 belongs to S, then 2 √3 must belongs to S, but we have created an example in which this is not true. So your relation is not symmetric. Your third question is, let A is 1 2 3, B is 4 5 6 7, and let your function is defined as 1 is related to 4, 2 is related to 5, and 3 is related to 6. Be a function from A to B. आपका A से B के बीच में your function is defined as, let us take Venn diagram, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. 1 is related to 4, 2 is related to 5, and 3 is related to 6. This type of mapping your function has. So you have to state whether f is 1 1 or not, on 2 1 1 or not. तो आपका 1 1 एक फंक्शन 1 1 कब होता है? when each and every element of domain have different images in द कोडोमेन, और इनकी वन की भी डिफरेंट, सबकी इमेजेस डिफरेंट बन रही है. दैट इम्प्लाइज सिंस every element of domain have different images in codomain. That implies your function f is 1 1. In the counter question of 3, you are given that prove that f is a function from R real numbers to real numbers given by fx is defined as x cube plus 1 is a 1 1 function. तो एक फंक्शन को 1 1 प्रूव करने के लिए you have to show that every element of domain have different images in their codomain. आप ये सपोज कर लो कि x1 एंड x2 आर टू डिफरेंट पॉइंट्स in the domain of f such that their images are equal. तो आपको बेसिकली इस केस में ये दिखाना है कि the two points are also equal, x1 is also equals to x2. तो अगर images equal हैं तो x1 cube plus 1 is equals to x2 cube plus 1. Plus 1 will cancel out. x1 cube minus x2 cube is equals to 0. Now a cube minus b cube is equals to a minus b into a square plus ab plus b square. This is equals to 0. Now this quantity can never be 0. So your x1 minus x2 is equals to 0 and this will imply that x1 is equals to x2. तो आपने ये शो किया कि अगर दो images equal हैं that means the two elements will also be equal. So a particular element have distinct images. So this will imply that f is 1 1. Fourth question is, if the matrix this is singular, then you have to find the value of k. If a matrix is singular, that means A is singular, that implies determinant of A is equals to 0. So determinant of 2 1 minus 5 0 3 k 1 3 2 is equals to 0, and this will imply 2 into 6 minus 3k minus 1 into 0 minus k minus 5 into 0 minus 3 will be equals to 0, and this is equals to 12 minus 6k plus k plus 15 is equals to 0. That implies 12 plus 15 is 27 minus 5k is equals to 0. That implies k is equals to 27 by 5. This is the value of k. Your fifth question is, if matrix A is equals to this, then you have to find A square. This is very simple question of 1 mark. A square will be equals to A into A. Your A is A 0 0 0 A 0 0 0 A. Again write down A 0 0 0 A 0 0 0 A, and your answer is A. This position is A1 1 1 1. जब आप इसको मल्टीप्लाई करोगे then you will get A square, then 1 2, and this will become 0 1 3 will become 0 2 1 will become 0 2 2 will become A square, 2 3 will become 0 3 1 will become 0 3 2 will become 0 and 3 3 will become a square. So this is again a diagonal matrix of diagonal a square. The optional part of question 5 is, if A is equals to this matrix, then find whether A transpose is symmetric or skew symmetric matrix. So let us find out A transpose. What is your A? A is A, B, C, D. And what is A transpose? आप फर्स्ट रो को फर्स्ट कॉलम एंड सेकेंड रो को सेकेंड कॉलम में चेंज कर देंगे. नाउ जब आप इसको मल्टीप्लाई करते हैं दोनों को, देन दिस विल बी ए स्क्वायर प्लस बी स्क्वायर, दिस इज ए सी प्लस बी डी, दिस इज ए सी प्लस बी डी and c square plus d square, and you will realize this is again a symmetric matrix because diagonal elements can be anything, and other than diagonal elements they all have equal images. So which is a symmetric matrix. Your sixth question is, find the value of the determinant this. The value of the determinant के लिए first of all write down the determinant A, B, C, 4, 3, 2, KA, KB and KC, and this will be equals to A times 3KC minus 2KB minus B times 4KC minus 2KA plus C 4KB minus 3KA, and this will be equals to 3 times KAC minus 2 times KAB minus 4 times K BC plus 2 times K AB plus 4 times K BC minus 3 times K AC. Now this will cancel out, this will also cancel, and this will also cancel. So your answer will be 0. In the seventh question, you have to evaluate integral 10 raised to power 4x dx. And to integrate this, you will first start with, इसको write down कर लो 10 square x into 10 square x dx. Now 10 square x को आप क्या लिख सकते हैं? sec square x minus 1, and this will be equals to 10 square x into sec square x dx minus 10 square x dx. So your I, this is 10 square x into sec square x dx. ये आपको सब्सटीट्यूशन से करना पड़ेगा. 10x को अगर आप टी पुट करते हैं तो उसका डेरिवेटिव साइड में लिखा हुआ है, एंड दिस कैन बी रिटन एज sec square x minus 1. So your I will become this, let us take this as I1 minus sec square x का इंटीग्रल is tan x minus minus plus 1 का इंटीग्रल is x plus c. Let us take our first statement. Now integrate I1. I1 को आप कैसे इंटीग्रेट करेंगे? You can substitute tan x as t. So sec square x dx will become dt. So your integral will become, sec square x dx की जगह आप dt लिख सकते हैं, and tan square x will become t square, and this will be t cube upon 3 plus c, and this will be 1 upon 3. What is t? T is tan x. So this is tan cube x. जब आप इसको सब्सटीट्यूट करते हैं I1 की वैल्यू in I1, then you will get your I is equals to 1 implies your I will become, I1 की वैल्यू आपकी क्या आ गई है? 1/3 tan cube x minus 10x plus x plus c, and this will be your final answer. Now optional part of question 7 is you have to evaluate integral cos x upon root 3 minus sin square x. तो आप इसको काफ़ी easily integrate कर सकते हैं, क्योंकि आपको if you are going to substitute sin x as t, the derivative of sin x is written here. So in this question, let us take I as cos x upon root 3 minus sin square x. Now put sin x as t. So cos x dx will become dt, and your I will become, this will become dt, and your I will become 1 upon 3 minus t square. You can write it as root of root 3 का square minus t का square, and using the formula integral 1 upon root a square minus x square dx is equals to sin inverse of x by a plus c. अगर आप इस फॉर्मूले को अपने क्वेश्चन में यूज कर लेते हैं, then your I will be equals to sin inverse of t upon a plus c. And what is t? T is sin x. So your answer, final answer is sin inverse of sin x upon a plus c. Your 8th question is find the area bounded by the curve y is equals to modulus x, x-axis, and you are also given the two lines x is equals to 1 and x is equals to 4. Let us find out the bounded region. आपका जो फर्स्ट कर्व है y is equals to modulus x, that can be written as positive x when x is greater than equals to 0 and negative x when x is less than 0. तो आपका कर्व कुछ ऐसा आ जाएगा मॉड्यूलस x कर्व, y is equals to x and y is equals to minus x. X-axis is your this line, x is equals to 1 is this line, and x is equals to 4 is this line. So your bounded region is this. Now you have to find the area of the bounded region. So area of bounded region can be written as integral 1 to 4. You have to integrate this line between 1 to 4. You have to integrate x, modulus x, and modulus x is x here. When x is positive, your modulus x is x. So you have to integrate between 1 to 4 x dx. This is equals to x square by 2 between 1 to 4. So this will be equals to 4 4 is 16 upon 2, 8 minus 1 upon 2. So your answer is 17 upon 2 square units. Your 9th question is find the order of the differential equation y is equals to px plus root a square p square plus b square, where p is dy by dx. तो आप क्या करेंगे, अभी आप ऑर्डर जज नहीं कर पा रहे हैं, बट लेट्स टेक द इक्वेशन फर्स्ट, ए स्क्वायर पी स्क्वायर प्लस बी स्क्वायर. आप पी एक्स को यहाँ शिफ्ट कर लो सबसे पहले, एंड देन स्क्वायरिंग बोथ साइड्स. So y minus px whole square is equals to a square p square plus b square, and this will be equals to y square plus p square x square minus 2xy p is equals to a square p square plus b square. तो p square के टर्म्स आप मर्ज कर लो, p square एक्स स्क्वायर माइनस ए स्क्वायर पी स्क्वायर, पी की टर्म आपकी है माइनस 2xy p, और बी स्क्वायर को भी आप यहाँ ले आओ. सो यू विल गेट व्हाट इज p? p इज dy by dx. So dy by dx whole square minus 2xy dy by dx plus y square minus b square is equals to 0. Now you can easily find out what will be the order of the differential equation. Order of differential equation is 1. Order of differential equation is 1. The optional part of question 9 is using which method the differential equation dy by dx is equals to root 1 minus y square upon 1 minus x square can be solved. So you can easily see that this equation dy by dx is equals to, this can be written as 1 minus y square upon root 1 minus x square, और आप इसको y dy के साथ y के टर्म सेपरेट कर सकते हैं, और dx को अगर आप वहां पर शिफ्ट कर लें तो dx के साथ x के टर्म शिफ्ट कर सकते हैं. दैट इम्प्लाइज द गिवन डिफरेंशियल इक्वेशन कैन बी सॉल्व्ड बाय वेरिएबल सेपरेबल मेथड. In the 10th question, you have to evaluate 2i cross j cross k plus j dot I cross k minus k dot I cross I. आपको क्रॉस प्रोडक्ट के लिए आप you should know that I j k. तो आपका सबसे पहले first of all write down the question j cross k plus j dot I cross k minus k dot I cross I. Now this will be equals to, जब आप क्रॉस प्रोडक्ट लेते हैं j cross I will be, j cross k will be I plus j dot I cross k जब आप क्लॉकवाइज लेते हैं then it will be negative j minus k dot I cross I will become 0. Now I cross I will become 0. Now this is minus modulus of j whole square minus 0. So this will become, since j is a unit factor, so the magnitude is 1. So your answer is minus 1. Your 11th question is find the value of x for which the vectors I plus 3j plus k and xi minus j minus k are perpendicular to each other. We know that the two vectors, let A is this vector I plus 3j plus k and B is this vector xi minus j minus k. We know that if A is perpendicular to B, that means A dot B is equals to 0. Now taking the dot product of these two, I plus 3j plus k dot xi minus j minus k is equals to 0. So this is equals to x minus 3 minus 1 is equals to 0. So x minus 4 is equals to 0 will imply x is equals to 4. Your 12th question is find the angle between the unit vectors A and B if you are given that their dot product is root 3 by 2. So you are given that A is a unit vector, so magnitude of A is 1, B is a unit vector, so magnitude of B is 1, and you are given that A dot B is equals to root 3 by 2. Let theta be the angle between A and B. Then we know that cos theta is equals to A dot B upon magnitude of A, magnitude of B. and that is equals to root 3 by 2 upon 1 into 1. So this is root 3 by 2. When cos theta is equals to root 3 by 2, your theta will be pi by 6. Your next question is, find the distance between parallel planes r dot this is equals to 4 and r dot this is equals to minus 13. So you are given that the two planes are parallel, and the formula for let r dot n is equals to d1 and r dot n is equals to d2 are two parallel planes then the distance between them is root of modulus of d1 minus d2 upon magnitude of n. Now let us reduce that. यहाँ पर आपका इस प्लेन का नॉर्मल वेक्टर एंड द नॉर्मल वेक्टर ऑफ दिस प्लेन आर डिफरेंट, सो लेट्स reduce in the same normal vector. This is your first plane and your second plane can be rewritten as, आप इसके मैग्नीट्यूड से इसको अगर डिवाइड कर देते हो, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल राइट इट डाउन, प्लस 9k प्लस 13 इज इक्वल्स टू 0. तो आप क्या करते हैं, अगर इसके मैग्नीट्यूड से इसको इसके अंदर से आप 3 कॉमन निकाल के डिवाइड कर दें, देन दिस कैन बी रिटन एज 2i माइनस j प्लस 3k प्लस 13/3 is equals to 0. So these are the two planes. Let d be the distance between them. Then distance between them is 13/3. This is equals to 4 and this is equals to minus 13/3. So we can write it as 4 minus 13/3 upon magnitude of this, and magnitude of this vector is 2 2s are 4 plus 1 plus 3 3s are 9, and this will be equals to 4 3s are 12 plus 13 upon 3 whole upon this is root 14. So your answer is 25 upon 3 root 14 units. Your 14th question is, write the vector equation of the line x minus 5 upon 3, y plus 4 upon 7 and 6 minus z upon 2. So let us write it in perfect form. So the equation of line is x minus 5 upon 3 and this can be written as y minus 4 upon 7 and this can, अगर माइनस आप ऊपर से कॉमन ले लेते हैं then denominator will become -2. So that implies the equation, the line passes through 5 minus 4 and 6 and the direction ratios of line are 3 7 and -2. So the vector equation will become, the vector equation of line is r is equals to a plus lambda b, where a is the position vector of the point from where it passes through and b is the direction vector of this line, that is 3i plus 7j minus 2k. So this is the required vector equation of the given line. Your 15th question is, bag 1 contains 4 white and 2 black balls. Bag 2 contains 4 black and 3 white balls. Now a die is thrown once. If it shows a multiple of 3, then bag 2 is chosen. Otherwise bag 1 is chosen, and a ball is drawn from the chosen bag. And finally जो भी bag choose होगा उसमें से एक ball draw की है. Now find the probability that the chosen ball is white. So we can make partition on the bags ki which bag is chosen. So first of all, you have two bags. Your bag 1 contains 4 white and 2 black balls, and bag 2 contains 3 white and 4 black balls. Now let us make the partition on the bag chosen. Let E1 be the event that bag 1 is chosen. Let E2 be the event that bag 2 is chosen. Now you have to finally draw a white ball. So your final event is white ball is drawn. From the bag. So now you are given that the probability of E1 is bag 1 आपका कब choose होगा? Bag 1 will be chosen if non-multiple will come, if a die will throw, if you throw a die, and what is the probability of coming a non-multiple? That is 4/6. So 2/3 is the probability of E1. Similarly probability of E2 is bag 2 आपका कब choose हो रहा है? When a multiple of 3 shows, and a multiple of 3 show होने के out of 6 you have only 3 and 6 are favorable for you. So the probability of choosing a bag 1 is bag 2 is 1/3. Now what is the probability of choosing a white ball if bag 1 is chosen? तो बैग 1 में से व्हाइट बॉल ड्रॉ करने की प्रोबेबिलिटी क्या होगी? 4/6. दैट इज 2/3. एंड व्हाट इज द प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ ड्रॉइंग अ व्हाइट बॉल व्हेन बैग 2 इज चूजन? अगर बैग 2 चूज होता है तो एक व्हाइट बॉल ड्रॉ करने की प्रोबेबिलिटी 3/7. नाउ यू हैव टू फाइनली find the probability that the ball is white, but the final event will depend on E1 and E2 both partitions, so it is the question of total probability. Probability of A is probability of E1 into probability of A oblique E1 plus probability of E2 into probability of A oblique E2. Now what is the probability of E1? That is 2/3. Probability of A oblique E1 is again 2/3 plus probability of E2 is 1/3 and probability of A oblique E2 is 3/7. So this will be 4/9 plus 1/7 and the answer will be 28 plus 9 and this will be equals to 37/63. Your next question is find P for the following distribution. Your random variable can take values 2, 5, 6, 7 and the probabilities for the same are 1/10, 1/5, P and 2/5. And we know that if X is a random variable then the sum of the probabilities must be equals to 1. So according to the question summation of Px must be equals to 1. So 1/10 plus 1/5 plus P plus 2/5 must be equals to 1. So this will be equals to 3/5. P is equals to 1 minus 1/10 and this is 3/5 minus 3/5. This is equals to 10 minus 1 minus 6. This is 3/10. So the value of P is 3/10. Your 17th question is a case study And the case is a company is dealing in the gift items, decided to make a 3-dimensional gift item, and a core team was given the responsibility for the same. And after discussion, the core team suggested to insert a right circular cone in a sphere touching the surface of the sphere and at the same time gets illuminated when taking rounds. आपका एक स्फेयर के अंदर राइट सर्कुलर कोन इंसर्ट किया हुआ है, इस टाइप का आपका गिफ्ट आइटम है, और जैसे जैसे ये गिफ्ट आइटम स्फेयर राउंड्स लेता है इट विल इल्यूमिनेट. दे प्रेजेंटेड द डिफरेंट डायमेंशंस ऑल्सो कीपिंग द कॉस्ट फैक्टर, और ये जो डायमेंशंस हैं वो कॉस्ट फैक्टर देख के हिसाब से बनाए हैं. नाउ द गिफ्ट आइटम लुक्स लाइक दिस. नाउ योर फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन ऑन दिस सिचुएशन इज व्हाट इज the relation between x, y and capital R. And you know that if this is a right circular cone, so this is y and this much is the radius of the sphere R. So here this much distance is y minus capital R. Now in this A, B, C, in triangle OBC, you can apply Pythagoras theorem, and by applying Pythagoras theorem you will get r square is equals to y minus r square plus x square. So r square will be equals to y square plus r square minus 2yr plus x square. R square will cancel out, so the relation between x, y and r will be this. Your second question for this is what is the volume of the cone in terms of y alone? You know that the volume of the cone is equals to 1 by 3 pi r square. Your r of the cone is x, r square, and h of the cone is y. Now you want the volume in terms of y alone, you have to replace x square. तो x square को आप यहाँ से replace कर सकते हैं. Then your volume of the cone is x square की जगह write down 2yr minus y square. So your volume of the cone will become 2y square r minus y cube. Your next question in this case study is what should be the length of the altitude of the cone? That means you have to find the value of y such that so that the volume of cone inserted is maximum. आपका जो ये आपने वॉल्यूम निकाला है, वॉल्यूम ऑफ कोन, दैट शुड बी मैक्सिमम. सो यू हैव टू फाइंड द वैल्यू ऑफ y सच दैट दिस वॉल्यूम विल बिकम मैक्सिमम. तो वॉल्यूम को मैक्सिमम करने के लिए फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल यू विल गेट द फर्स्ट डेरिवेटिव ऑफ वॉल्यूम एंड दैट विल बी इक्वल्स टू 4yr minus 3y square. And for the stationary points you will put first derivative is equals to 0, then you will get y is equals to 4r upon 3 is one of the stationary point. Now at this stationary point you are going to check your second derivative. Now let us find the second derivative of volume, that is 4r minus 6y. And the second derivative at this particular point y is equals to 4r upon 3 will become 4r minus 6, y is 4r upon 3, and that is equals to 4r minus 8r is minus 4r, which is negative. That implies y is equals to 4r upon 3 is a point of maxima, and volume is maximum when y is equals to 4r upon 3. So this is your answer. The next question in this case study is you have to find the maximum volume of the cone inscribed in the sphere. You know that the volume of the cone is this, and your volume is maximum at this point. So basically you have to find the value of volume at this point. So the maximum volume will come at this point, 4r upon 3. So your volume is pi by 3 to your y is 4r upon 3 whole square into r minus 4r upon 3 whole cube, and this will be equals to pi by 3 2 into 16r square upon 9 into r minus 64r cube upon 27, and this will be equals to pi by 3 32r cube upon 9 minus 64r cube upon 27. Now this will be equals to pi by 3. 27 can be taken as LCM. So 96 r cube minus 64 r cube, and this is equals to pi by 3 32 r cube upon 27, and this is equals to 32 pi r cube upon 81. So this itna cubic units will be the volume of your maximum cone that can be inscribed in the sphere. Finally, your last question in this case study is, what is the ratio of maximum volume of the cone to that of the maximum volume of the sphere? Your maximum volume of the cone is 32 pi r cube upon 81, and this can be written as, अगर आप इसके अंदर से 4/3 pi r cube वॉल्यूम ऑफ कोन अलग सेपरेट कर लेते हैं, देन इट विल बी 8/27 times. So you can write it as 8/27 times volume of maximum sphere, and this is volume of maximum cone. तो इस स्फेयर के वॉल्यूम को अगर आप नीचे लेके आते हैं, वॉल्यूम ऑफ मैक्सिमम कोन अपॉन वॉल्यूम ऑफ मैक्सिमम स्फेयर will be equals to 8/27, and this is the required ratio. Now your 18th question is again a case study, and in this case study a company produces electric bulbs, has factories at location E1, E2, E3. 3 उसकी लोकेशंस पर फैक्ट्रीज हैं और इलेक्ट्रिक बल्ब्स प्रोड्यूस करती है, एंड अ कंपनी गॉट्स अ बल्क ऑर्डर ऑफ प्रोड्यूसिंग इलेक्ट्रिक बल्ब्स. Now the capacities at location E1 and E2 are same, but at the location E2 is double that of E1. E2 location पे double production हो रही है. Now also it is known that 4% of the bulbs produced at E1 and E2 are defective. E1 और E2 दो फैक्ट्रीज पर डिफेक्टिव बल्ब प्रोड्यूस होने की प्रोबेबिलिटी क्या है? 4%, एंड 5% at E3 आर डिफेक्टिव, एंड E3 वाले कंपनी में, E3 वाली फैक्ट्री पर डिफेक्टिव बल्ब प्रोड्यूस होने की प्रोबेबिलिटीज यू आर गिवन that is 5%. Now from the above information following now answer the following. Your first question is, what is the probability of production capacity of E3? Now देखो, E1 is to E2 is to E3. आपको ये कह रहे हैं E1 और E2 पर सेम प्रोडक्शन होती है, एंड E3 पर एट लोकेशन E2 इज डबल दैट ऑफ E1, और E3 पे आपकी प्रोडक्शन इक्वल हो रही है, एंड E2 पर आपका प्रोडक्शन इज डबल दैट ऑफ E1. तो यहाँ पर so the production ratio is this. Now you can easily find out the production capacity of E3. So the production capacity of E3 is out of 4 it is producing E3 company, E3 factory will produce 1 part. So 1 by 4 is the production capacity of E3. Second question on this case study is, what is the conditional probability of producing defective bulbs by E2? Now at the E2 location, you are given that 4% of the bulbs are produced at E1 and E2 are defective. So the conditional probability, the probability of producing defective bulbs at E2 is 4%, that is 4 upon 100, that is 1 upon 25. Your next question on this case study is, what is the probability of a defective bulb? Now you can make the partitions on E1, E2 and E3. Now let us take E1 as the event bulb produced at E1, E2 is bulb produced at E2, E3 is bulb produced at E3, and your final event is defective bulb is produced. Now you have to find the probability of a defective bulb. So the probability of a defective bulb will depend on all the 3 partitions. So probability of E1 into probability of A oblique E1 plus probability of E2 into probability of A oblique E2 plus probability of E3 into probability of A oblique E3. Now this will be equals to probability of E1. E1 की probability क्या है? आपका जो production है that is in the ratio of E1, E2, E3 का ratio आपका क्या है? 1:2:1. So the probability of E1 will be 1 by 4 into probability of A oblique E1 is A oblique E1 probability of A oblique E1 is 4%, that is 1 upon 25, and probability of A oblique E2 is again 4 by 100, and probability of A oblique E3 is, now at E3 5% defective bulbs are going to be produced, so 5 upon 100. Now probability of A oblique E1 is 4 upon 100 plus probability of E2 is 2 by 4 multiplied by probability of A oblique E2 is 4 by 100 plus probability of E3 is 1 by 4 into probability of A oblique E3 is 5 by 100, and the answer is 400 can be taken LCM, 4 plus 8 plus 5, and this will be equals to 17 upon 400, and this is the probability of producing a defective bulb. Next question is, if defective bulb has produced, then what is the probability that it is produced at location E2? Finally, your A has happened. Now what is the probability that it is produced by factory E2? And this is the question of Bayes theorem. So this will be equals to probability of E2 into probability of A oblique E2 divided by probability of A, and you have already taken out the probability of A. Now probability of E2 is 2 by 4 multiplied by probability of A oblique E2 is 4 by 100 upon probability of A is 17 upon 400. Now 400 can be cancelled out, and this is 8 by 17. Your last question on this case study is, which location produces least defective bulbs? Finally, you know that a defective bulb has produced. Now you have to just compare कि कौन सी तीनों फैक्ट्रीज में से किस फैक्ट्री पे आपका probability of producing defective bulb कम से कम है. So you are going to find out, if you are already know that defective bulb has produced, now what is the probability that it is produced by E1? Then this is the probability of getting a defective bulb is produced by E2, and this is the probability E3 by A. Now we are going to compare all three. E1 oblique A will be equals to probability of E1 into probability of A oblique E1 divided by probability of A. This is equals to probability of E2 into probability of A oblique E2 divided by probability of A, and finally probability of E3 into probability of A oblique E3 upon probability of A. Now this will be equals to 1 by 4 into 4 by 100 divided by 17 by 400, and this is equals to 4 upon 17. Next is probability of E2 is 2 by 4 into 4 by 100 divided by 17 by 400, and this is equals to 8 by 17. And finally this is equals to 1 by 4 into 5 by 100 divided by 17 upon 400. So this is equals to 5 by 17. So the least in the three, if we are going to compare all three, the least defective bulbs are going to be produced at factory E1. So your answer is, at factory E1 the least defective bulbs are going to be produced. Students, you must be enjoying studying with me. I will upload the part B of this question paper in my next video. So keep watching my videos. Have a nice day. Goodbye.